I'll solve the first I'll go through the format, then I'll explain you what then we'll solve the problems. Okay, because in the last class you had some problem understanding while we were solving problems. Okay, so first we take the gross sales. Gross sales means whatever sales figure is given to you in the question, that you take. Okay, from there you reduce trade discount or cash discount. What is trade discount? Trade discount is the amount which is provided to you by the seller immediately at the time of sale. Suppose you go to a particular seller, you purchase some products from the seller. On the spot, if he is giving you some discount, say 10% discount, it's called trade discount. Then cash discount is like you have to pay some amount to your so cash discount is like if a debtor has to pay some amount, and if he pays before the due date, you are allowing him discount, so that is cash discount. Okay, then sales returns. If there are sales returns, that has to be deducted from the gross sales only if it is within a period of 6 months from the date of sale only. Then rejected sales, that means it's not returns actually. If it's sales, what is the difference between sales returns and rejected sales? Sales returns is like you have to replace that the product which the buyer has returned to you. But rejected sales is it's unfructified. You have to return the money which the buyer has paid to you. So that is unfructified sale, rejected sales. So for rejected sales there is no time limit. So these three things you have to deduct from the gross sales. Gross sales is given in the question. So from that you deduct all these three. Okay, you get the net sales figure. In that, to that figure, to the net sales figure, you have to add packing charges if not included. Then excise duty also you need to add if not included. Then insurance charges borne by the seller prior to sale. Okay, prior to sale in the sense before selling, if any insurance charges are being borne by the seller of the goods, it has to be added. Then weighing charges if not included. Weighing charges in the sense before you sell some goods, you have to take the weights of the goods you are selling. For that, if you incur any charges, that has to be added. Okay, then design charges charged separately in respect of goods manufactured. If you have spent some amount for designing some, for beautifying the goods manufactured, then if it is shown separately in the invoice, you have to add it to the net sales figure. Okay, then freight or delivery charges from factory to depot, even shown separately in the invoice. Suppose freight or delivery means from the seller's factory to the depot, from where it is being transported to the buyer's depot, that will be shown, that will be added even if it is shown separately in the invoice. Okay, any other charges incurred before delivery. Before you deliver the goods to the buyer, any other charges which you incur before the delivery of the goods has to be added to the net sales figure. So from this total you have to deduct transportation charges if shown separately. Means suppose let's take for example total transportation charges are 50,000 rupees, and out of that 20,000 is shown separately in the invoice, 30,000 is included in the sales figure. So that 20,000 which is shown separately, that has to be deducted from this figure. Then free cost of material supplied by the customer. If the buyer is supplying some material to you, to the seller, for manufacturing the goods, and that value, free cost of material, that value, actual cost of that material supplied by the customer has to be deducted. Then installation charges. Installation charges will be done at the buyer's place, that is after delivery, so that has to be deducted. Then insurance charges as per request of buyer after sale, means after the sales takes place, if at the request of the buyer insurance charges are there, that has to be deducted. Trade commission if shown separately. So here trade commission in the sense, not the buyer commission, it is the seller commission. Okay, it's the sales commission. Fine. One second, I didn't. One second. Like, I shall share this screen. Okay, fine. I really don't know, yaar, how I forgot to share the screen and you were listening without saying that you didn't share the screen. Great. Fine. You are able to see my screen right now?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
You can.
I was going on explaining and nobody pointed out that, sir, we are not able to see your screen. Amazing. Anyway, so, okay, fine. Before I go further, let me just stop sharing. 1 second, let me just take only 1 second. Give me a minute, okay? Okay, fine. Let me continue. So first take gross sales, then trade discount, cash discount, then sales returns within 6 months from the date of sale only, then rejected sales, then to the net sales add packing charges if not included, excise duty if not included, then insurance charges if borne by the seller prior to sale, then weighing charges if not included, design charges charged separately in respect of goods manufactured. All these have to be added to the net sales figure. Okay, so from the net sales, so after you add those all these things and all the expenses which are incurred before the delivery of goods to the buyer needs to be added. Okay, then from there, from that total net sales plus the total of that figure, from that figure you deduct all this less transportation charges if shown separately. Say for example 50,000 is the transportation charges, total transportation charges. Out of that 20,000 is shown separately, so only 20,000, that 20,000 which is shown separately will be deductible. Then free cost of material supplied by customer. So customer if customer supplies some material to the seller for the manufacturing purpose of the product asked by the customer, that needs to be deducted. Installation charges will be deducted because it is after the delivery of the goods. Then insurance charges as per request of buyer after sale. If any insurance is paid after sale, then it is to be deducted. Trade commission if shown separately. So here it's not buying commission, it is selling commission. Then indemnity charges. Indemnity means if any loss is there, okay, that those charges will have to be deducted. Then sale of goods which are exempt from local sales tax, that needs to be deducted. Okay, then sales within the state, that is intra-state, then sales in the course of exports, and then subsequent sale. Subsequent sale means after the first sale, if you are doing any sales by transfer of documents of title to goods, those are called subsequent sales. Then stock or branch transfer. Suppose it can be from head office to branch or from branch to branch. So if such goods are there, if such transactions are happening, that needs to be deducted. Then sale of goods to units in SEZ. SEZ means special economic zones. So you take all these items, add it, take the total of this take the total, reduce it, you will get a figure which is called turnover. Okay, turnover. This includes including CST. This figure includes CST, and then from there you deduct CST. From this figure you deduct amount of CST. You will get what is called as so here what I'll do is I'll again with the cell. Then this figure, this resultant figure which you get is called taxable turnover for CST. Okay, fine. Understood? Any confusions as far as format is concerned? Any confusions? If any confusions you have, you get it clarified now, because next I am going to do a problem that question I have already sent to you before the last class. So any clarifications regarding the, any doubts regarding the this thing, what your format, any confusions? You ask the question right now, then once after that I'll go to the problem that Mrs. Vasudha. Anyone has any questions? Aishwarya, Ranjit, Rojalin, anyone has any questions? Ajit, Usha, anyone? Shabrin?
Sir, about the format, no doubts for me.
Okay.
And what about the marks for the particular problem, sir?
Okay,
Like
now
14?
yeah, so suppose I think 1 second. Okay, now suppose they say okay, depending on the length of the problem, like if the question is little bigger, it would be a 14-mark problem. So we'll cover both the types of problems. Okay, so the question which we were discussing in the previous class, that is Mrs. Vasudha, is a 6-mark question because adjustments are less. So it depends on the adjustments. Okay, so fine.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, now can anyone read that question? Mrs. Vasudha, a registered dealer in Chennai, furnishes the following information. I haven't written the question here, later I'll write it. Okay, let's solve the problem. I'll show you how to solve the problem. So if anybody can read that question, I have already sent that question to you before my previous class.
Mrs. Basudha, a registered dealer in Chennai, furnished the following information relating to interstate sale by her during the year ended 31st March 2015. Sales turnover as per book 36,72,000. Above includes excise duty. Its freight of is 30,000 alone is shown separately in the sales invoice rupees 1,10,000. Deposit for return container 2,40,000. Transfer to branch covered by firm F 12,000 12,15,000. Packing charges 35,000. Further, in ascertaining the sales turnover above which includes CST also, the dealer has deducted the following.
Okay, deducted the following. So one is turnover relating to goods worth 10,000 exclusive of tax covered by invoice which were returned on 1/10/2014. Goods worth 12,400 covered by invoice dated 13/4/2014 were rejected by the customer and the dealer received back the goods on 14/10/2014. So Vasudha deals only in one type of commodity which is chargeable to VAT at 2% in Tamil Nadu. You are required to compute the total turnover, CST and taxable turnover for the financial year 2014-15. Okay. Now I'll directly go to the problem. So let me draw a table. Let me draw a table. It contains 3 columns. So have particulars, then rupees. Now, sales turnover as per books, it's given as 36,72,000. Above includes excise duty. So, do we need to reduce excise duty or not? Do we need to reduce excise duty or not? So, if you see the format here, if I go to the format here, it says excise duty you have to add to the sales if not included. Here it says excise duty is included in the sales. So excise duty we need not deduct, we need not minus it from the sales. Okay, then freight. Let's come to the freight part. Of this, 30,000 alone is shown separately in sales invoices. So how much is not shown separately? How much is not shown separately? Can anyone tell me?
80,000.
80,000 is not shown separately. So whatever is shown separately has to be. Here freight.
Not 80,000. 30,000.
Yeah. No. See, freight of this 30,000 alone is shown separately in sales invoices. That means out of 1,10,000, how much is not shown separately? Tell me. If you see deductions here, transportation charges if shown separately. Okay. So freight of this 30,000 alone is shown separately in sales invoices. So from 1,10,000, how much is not shown separately? 80,000, right? Correct?
Yes, sir.
So 30,000 we have to deduct. So from here, what I'll do is I will deduct. So first I'll take turnover, total turnover. Okay, sales turnover. It is 36,72,000. Okay. From this, I will deduct less freight. Okay. Shown separately. Okay. Shown separately. Freight shown separately. Okay. How much is that? 30,000, right? So deduct that amount. Then next, let's go to the next one. Deposit for returnable containers. What should I do? If you see the format, deposit for returnable containers should be deducted, correct? One second. Okay, you have something here. So what do you mean by returnable containers? So I have to return that container to the seller. So if the seller is taking any deposit on returnable containers, that also needs to be deducted. Okay. So what is that item? What is that amount? So deposit for returnable containers. How much is the amount in this question? How much is it? Deposit for returnable containers. So the amount is 2,40,000. Okay. Then what is the next item? What is the next item? Transfer to branch. Is it included in sales or not? Transfer to branch. Is transfer to branch included in sales or it should not be included in sales? Can anyone tell me? Rojalin or Ranjit or Chaitanya? Transfer to branch
Sir,
sales will include ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾ ಬೇಡವಾ?
sir, it has been included, so you have to exclude that.
Yeah, so we have to reduce it. So how much is transfer to branch? What is the amount?
12,15,000.
Then what about the next one? Packing charges. Packing charges is included, okay, because it's already included. We need not like deduct because packing charges form a part of the sales. Okay, so add this three items: 30,000, 2,40,000, and 12,50,000. 12,15,000. How much you will get?
21,87,000.
So here I'll put 21,87,000. So from 36,72,000 reduce 21,87,000. How much you will get? Sorry, that is 14,85,000. No, this one 14,85,000. So when you deduct 36,72,000 from 14,85,000 from 36,72,000, you get 21,87,000. Okay, this is called turnover including CST. Okay, now rate of CST we have to calculate. CST payable. So turnover is 21,87,000. What is the rate of CST? 2% divided by 102. So how much you will get?
42,882.
882. From here, less CST. Okay. From here less CST, that is 42,882. So how much you will get? How much you will get? 21,87,000 minus 42,882.
21
lakh
44,118.
Okay. This becomes your taxable turnover. Okay. For taxable turnover excluding CST. Okay. So if you want to calculate turnover including CST, what you have to do? You have to add CST amount. You have to add CST amount to this one. Okay. You have to add CST amount to the taxable turnover excluding CST. Okay. Fine. Any confusions here? Any confusions? Any doubts? In the next class we will solve some more problems. Okay. So if any doubts are there, you can just clarify now. Yeah. Yeah, tell me. Yes, somebody was asking some question. Who was that? So any clarifications? Either in the format or in the this thing. Any doubts? Rojalyn, Shabrin, Chaitanya, Ranjit. Ranjit is there. So any clarifications? Okay. Okay. Next class we will solve some more problems so that you will get more clarity on how to what you say treat different items. Okay. So, any questions regarding what we discussed today, either on the format or on the this thing, either on the format or the question which we solved? No doubts? Archana, Sneha, Misbah, Aishwarya, Ranjit, Rojalyn, okay, Ranjan, Shabreen, okay. Fine. Since we have just 7 minutes, I think we will wind up today's class. So next class we will solve some 2-3 problems more. Okay, fine. I'm just saving this. I'll write the question and share this document with you. Okay. Stop share.